It is so hysterical. I mean, it's done with great love and great humor.
But you know, it was
is
amazing
just
that
so
they were
wonderful.
able to come back and live here
Oh man,
in the condition that they were
whistling
in.
Dixie, amazing.
Yeah, really.
Just amazing when you think about it.
Okay, Suzanne.
Okay. Now, you said that you were, you think of yourself first as an architect, not an engineer, right?
That is absolutely correct. I started out as an engineer by college because I couldn't get into Penn with my background. And I went to Villanova, became a civil engineer, and started practicing with my dad and my Uncle Harry and my Uncle Charlie, who was really out of it, both of them. Dad raised their families. That's the truth. So I stayed there, and the longer I was there, the longer I worked as an architect. So I decided, why should I be an engineer? So I had been there for 7 years. I went to the state of Pennsylvania and took the written examination and passed it without any problems at all, which meant that I had learned an awful lot from my father, because I didn't get it in college. And that is true. So that's the history of that. From that point on, I was working with Henry D. Daggett and Sons until my father and I broke off, and they were very upset. I am sure they were.
And Al too.
Hmm?
And Al was with you. You and
Oh,
Al.
and Al was with us, yes. He came with us. And Albert really wrote specifications. He never really did much more than that. However, he did take the exam, and he did get registered as an architect, which was really good too. And we had a really good working relationship, all of us. It was a fun thing. And I really enjoyed working with my dad. And I think my dad enjoyed working with me. So we'll go off for that, because that brings tears to my eyes, because it's all gone. That part of my life is finished.
I hear you, but when you were little, Ginger was saying we're all creative, which was interesting because when you were little, did you ever draw with Dad and Mom, or was that like the main
Oh,
thing?
when he fell off the roof.
Yeah, that's what
Here.
yeah.
And I was up on the roof with him the day he fell. And I got to the edge, and I had my life ring tied around my waist. He had his tied to his belt, and I watched the belt break. And he was up above me. I was on the low roof. He was on the upper roof. He rolled right past me. And I looked down, and there he was on that gravel. And I thought, oh my God. Then I waited. I was 15. I waited, and the ambulance came, and they told me that I could drive the car home. We had a 7-passenger Chrysler. It was the only car we had. And it was during the war, so we weren't going to get a replacement. But Mom went with Dad in the ambulance to, what's the name of that hospital down in Fitzgerald Mercy, I guess it was where he went.
Okay, it wasn't Burdett Tomlin. He didn't
No,
go
no,
down
he
here.
went right to Philadelphia.
Right back home.
And he was there, and I drove the car home with all the kids in it. And we got home safely, and Uncle Hill followed me, so that if anything happened, he could explain. So that was good. And we wasn't up there because I wanted to get there so we could talk, make sure Dad made it. He did make it, and by the time he got there, they had taken a lot of pictures, and then they took him in and operated on him. And his hip was crushed, absolutely crushed. So he was a big man at that point. He weighed over 220 pounds. And when he came down off that roof, he came down a thump. And I could hear it. And boy, when you're 15 years old and you see your father go off the roof in front of you, I'll tell you, that's a scary thing. So we got through that. He got through Fitzgerald Mercy Hospital, came home, and we got him up the stairs into his room, which was really nice in our house at that time because it was big. So we set up a room where he could paint. And most of the paintings that you see around this house were all painted right there during that period of time, between 1945 and 47, while he was still not able to walk. But he was one determined guy, and he continued to struggle and struggle and struggle, and then finally he took the crutches and threw them away and walked away, and next thing I know, I was playing golf with him. So what a fantastic thing to see your dad go from that. And he didn't break 100, but he got down below 110 at Philadelphia Country Club. And it was a wonderful thing for him because he was able to get out of the house and do things. And he did a lot. He never quit. He was a great person, great dad, and great father. So I think I'm going to take a break right now.
Okay, have a sip, sure.
I got tears in my
So
eyes
sweet.
thinking about it.